Welcome back to the Wrestling Wrap-Up, fans. I, of course, am your host, the megastar Austin Savage. Like I said at the end of the previous video, what I'm going to do right now is do the segment 10 rounds with the megastar. I chose 5 wrestling questions and 5 horror questions and a question of the week, which I will start doing on a semi-regular basis whenever I think there's a great question. As many of you know, I'm wearing the Halloween hat this week. It is the middle of September. It's Halloween time. It's my favorite horror movie. It's my favorite holiday of the year. Let's get started, shall we? Round 1. Dave from Kansas asks, who is your favorite wrestler / sports entertainment wrestler to watch right now in each company? In the WWE, it's CM Punk. In Impact Wrestling, it's Austin Aries. ROH, it's a tie between Davey Richards, Roderick Strong, and Eddie Edwards. All phenomenal talents. They really are. And if you know who those guys are from ROH, you're doing better than most people. Round 2. Greg from Dallas asks, who would I like to see change companies? That's an interesting question. Actually, not necessarily change companies, because he was just released by the WWE not too long ago, but I would like to see Harry Smith end up in ROH. I think he could learn a lot about being a pro wrestler and learn less about being a sports entertainer by going there. So could Tyson Kidd, Cody Rhodes, Ted DiBiase. Any second-generation wrestler that's in the WWE or just got out of the WWE, I'd like to see them go to ROH to learn what it means to be a professional wrestler. I hope that answers your question, Greg. Brianna from Hillsborough asks, who are your top 3 favorite tag teams from the 80s, 90s era? Brianna, that is an incredible question. I'm going to have to think about it for a second, but top of my hat, I loved the Fabulous Freebirds. How many tag teams in wrestling, not including the Outlaws and Demolition because they stole the rule from them, the Freebirds had a rule named after them, okay? Any 2 of the 4 members of the Freebirds could defend the tag team titles. That's where that originated. Not with Demolition, not with the NWO, not with the Outlaws. Because you remember back in the mid-90s, the Outlaws were in a 4-way match for the WWF tag team titles. They pinned each other, thus holding on to the titles. Anyways, that was the Outlaw rule. The original rule was the Freebird rule, where any 2 members of the Freebirds could defend the titles. So, okay, I would say the Freebirds, the Steiners, and, the Hart Foundation, I would say. I like the Hart Foundation. The original, Jim Neidhart and Bret Hart. Round 4, Chris from Billings asks, who are your top 5 wrestlers from your childhood? Top 5 favorite wrestlers from my childhood. Ric Flair, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Flying Brian Pillman, and the Z-Man Tom Zink are the 5 wrestlers I remember growing up watching in the NWA days. Last wrestling question, round 5. Crystal from San Francisco asks, who is the one guy you think could be a top guy that isn't right now? Wow, I can't pick one guy. If you're talking about WWE, because you didn't specify, WWE, I think it could be Zack Ryder, Dolph Ziggler, Cody Rhodes, Ted DiBiase, Michael McGillicuddy. Impact, Austin Aries. I think Brian Kendrick could be a big star. I think Eric Young could be a big star if they'd let the kid wrestle. ROH, they're all big stars. Everybody's on the same playing field. I mean, yes, there's a world champion and people are below him, but they all bring their game up just that much more when it comes game time. Moving on to the 5 rounds of horror questions. Round 1, Mark from Oakland asks, what do you think will be a bigger flop? Shark Night or Piranha 3 Double D? Well, I'm not a big fan of either one. I saw the previews and a bunch of clips on bloodydisgusting.com for Shark Night. It's a shark movie. It's, it's a lot like the same thing of Piranha or Piranha 3 Double D. Piranha 3 Double D, I guess, takes place in a water park. I like how they explain that one. Anyways, bigger flop I think is going to be Piranha 3 Double D. Because Piranha didn't do very well. So, whatever. It is what it is. Round 2. Halloween 3 or Halloween 3D? This was asked to me by several people, so I didn't write one person's name down. I would prefer Halloween 3, not in 3D, just Halloween 3. I don't think horror movies do all that well with 3D. I saw the final chapter in 3D, and I didn't like it. I mean, if it's done right, it'll probably be cool looking, but I think any Halloween movie is pretty much good, except for Halloween 3 in the original series, which had nothing to do with Michael Myers. On its own, it was a good film. As part of the Halloween franchise, it sucked. I'm moving on. Round 3, Jess from Greenville asked, what is your favorite / least favorite movie in the Halloween series? And because I've announced that Halloween is my favorite horror movie series, I get a lot of Halloween questions. My favorite movie in the series is the original. Without a doubt. Because it was groundbreaking. It set the standard for Friday and Nightmare. Both of those movies would not have been around had it not been for Halloween and how good Halloween was. Plain and simple. And John Carpenter has said that himself. My least favorite, other than 3, because I don't really consider it part of the series, I would say, my least favorite Halloween movie, other than 3, I would include 3. 3 was my least favorite. I really didn't like, I believe it was part 6, when the whole Sam Hain thing went down, and now he's trying to kill his great niece, his niece's daughter, whatever. I can't even remember what it was now. I haven't watched part 6 in so many years. But yeah, I would say 3 and 6 are my least favorite, and my favorite would be the original 1978 Halloween, and I liked both remakes by Rob Zombie equally. Round 4. Kim from Utah asks, Scream 5 or no Scream 5? I think they're going to do a Scream 5, and if it's done right, it can be the second part in the second trilogy. I don't know where they're going to go with it, but I would like to see them do it just to try to get through and make a 6 to end another franchise with 2 trilogies. I think Kirby Reed will be back, played by Hayden Panettiere, but I'm not positive. So yes, I think there should be. I don't know if there will be, but I hope that answers your question, Kim. Lisa from Seaside Heights asks, who wins a Battle Royal fight between Michael, Jason, Freddy, Chucky, and Pinhead? Why the fuck are you adding Pinhead in there? I mean, really? Chucky is too short. He'd get kicked out immediately. I think Jason takes out Freddy, and Michael takes out Jason based on size. Now, if you're talking Michael Nick Castle, he doesn't have a chance. He's too small. He's like 4'3", whatever, 5 foot something. If you're talking Taylor Mayne, Michael Myers, given that Taylor Mayne has a wrestling background and wrestled for World Championship Wrestling, I think Michael Myers wins the Battle Royal. And now for the question of the week. Being that it is Halloween time, I've been asked no less than a dozen times, what are you dressing up for Halloween? And no, it's not Michael Myers. This is another one for all the wrestling fans. Gold dust is what I'm dressing up as for Halloween, and maybe I will do a quick video to show you guys my costume. I'm going to wrap this up. This is the Wrestling Wrap-Up. I, of course, am your host, the Megastar Austin Savage. I will catch you guys possibly after No Surrender. If not, I will definitely catch you guys Monday night. Take care. Thanks for watching. You know what to do to email the show.